Good morning, Magic! I'm Gavin Verhey from Wizards of the Coast. And earlier in the week, I talked with 4 Magic designers about legends they made in Commander Legends, how they came to be, and how they would build a deck around it. And today I've got 4 more to talk with you. So, let's hit it.
Hi, I'm Ethan Fleischer. I was one of the designers that worked on Commander Legends. One of the cards I designed was Obeka, Brute Chronologist. So this is a card, is a creature that you can tap to have the player whose turn it is end the turn. Now, I was thinking about lots of cool things that you could use with this card when I designed her. And I'm going to want to talk about a few of the cards here just to let you know some of the shenanigans that you can get up to by ending the turn. So one of the simplest things to do is play a card that has some kind of downside ability. So like, is it Boilerworks, is a bounce land? You could play it, wait for its trigger to go onto the stack, and then end the turn. So now you don't have to return a land to your hand. Commander is a social format, and if you really want to involve the other players in these decisions, you can use Obeka as sort of a political tool. Do you want to end the turn? What do you think? What can you do for me? What can I do for you? That's a fun opportunity. Of course, if you're less of a social player, maybe something more like Wormfang Manta is your speed. So this is a creature, when it enters the battlefield, you skip your next turn. That's not great, but you just put that ability on the stack and end the turn. And then on some subsequent turn, when Wormfang Manta leaves the battlefield, you get to take an extra turn. I'm sure there are ways to take all the turns with this, which I don't especially encourage in the type of games of Commander that I like, but everybody's table is different. You can go really bananas with Blade of Selves. This is an equipment that gives a creature Myriad. So you attack with your creature, make a bunch of copies, and then when the trigger goes onto the stack, it's going to make the copies go away, end the turn. And if you want to completely throw a table into complete chaos, nothing would be better than Tempt with Reflections, targeting your own Obeka. Everybody has the power to end the turn at that point, and time is rendered completely meaningless. Thanks a lot.
Hey, I'm Jules Robbins, game designer at Wizards of the Coast on Magic. I'm the Red Council of Colors member, and I was the lead set designer on Commander Legends. So, obviously there are a ton of legends I'm excited to talk about in this set, including hundreds of different partner pairs. But today I want to talk about Jared Carthalion. Jared's a returning character, who we originally saw in the 1995 Armada Magic comic books. And, well, it's been a long time coming. He has shown up in flavor text once or twice since then. Anyway, his whole deal is he's got to reclaim his throne. So once we knew we were doing Monarch in this set, we knew it was time for Jared to make a comeback. Gavin had a version of Jared in the original handoff file from Vision, and I think that version was just red-green. But we knew he had to give your opponent the monarchy and then figure out how to get it back, but not what the rest of the card should do. And we went through a ton of iterations. Eventually we landed on adding white and this damage prevention and growth ability to give another deck building hook and make for a really unique commander. At a baseline, this version of Jared does something really cool where he'll help defend your monarchy. Once your monarch, if anybody attacks, Jared can most likely eat their biggest creature and grow a bunch. He's also got this really cool political element. Because the monarch doesn't give you a card until your end step, when you play Jared, you can give an opponent the monarchy you don't want to give any advantage, just so other players have incentive to attack them. But to really make this card shine, you need to up your own odds of getting and holding on to the monarchy. The easiest way is with cards that are going to reclaim the monarch on their own. We've got old favorites like Regal Behemoth, as well as new additions like Archon of Coronation and Courts. And speaking of courts, you'll certainly want ways to help protect your monarchy. There are lots of cool options here. I mean, Kazul, Tyrant of Cliffs, Disrupt Decorum, and even Monarch cards that are already built to do this, like Protector of the Crown. But one of the easiest ways to keep yourself from getting attacked is to keep creatures off the board, with board sweepers. Now, Day of Judgment might not be a great fit, then Jared's not around to take advantage. but sweepers like Retribution of the Meek and Blasphemous Act can keep you safe while also growing Jared to enormous sizes. Now, one way to build this commander is to take all those big damage effects and put in a bunch of cards like Boros Reckoner and Spite that'll also take advantage of them, maybe a Brash Taunter. And that version's a lot of fun too, but for my list I decided to focus more on Jared himself doing the work. So the cards I decided to fill this out with pull double duty on a few fronts and are really specifically there for Jared. This is cards like Lure, which once you have the Monarch you can use to make all your opponent's creatures block, kill some of them, and get a ton of counters on Jared. Or if he's already up to commander damage sizes, put it on another creature, clear out the blockers so Jared can get through and kill them. And then you've got cards like Pariah that'll not only keep your opponents from taking the Monarchy, but just keep growing Jared if any of them try. Altogether, this makes for a really fun deck with lots of cool political intrigue, huge creatures, and big blowout plays. I really enjoyed playing it in playtesting, and I'm looking forward to getting to do it in the real world.
Good morning, Magic. I'm Ken Nagel, and I designed a bunch of cards in Commander Legends. I'm here to talk about my favorite one. Way back, I led the first Commander decks, and we included an oddball political commander, Zedru the Great-Hearted, to gift your opponents your cards. For years since then, I've been trying to print the evil version for players just like me who enjoy griefing their friends and ruining their fun. Finally, that day has come. Commander Legends is now the home of Blim, Comedic Genius. So, Blim aims to attack your opponents and gift them your cards. Which cards should that be? How about those that don't care who controls them? You can enchant an opponent with Curse of Death's Hold, which can also clear out blockers. Then give control of Curse of Death's Hold to any opponent, and it won't move. Enchanting Blim himself with auras can also work equally well. How about cards that get worse over time? You can use a Sunset Pyramid thrice, then gift it away. The meanest cards to gift can defeat an opponent all by itself, like this Immortal Coil, should the opponent have no graveyard. Also, you'll find playing Blim that you must gift cards with each attack, and you must attack to cause the table pain. So dig deep into your collection and find many evil gifts for your friends with Blim Comedic Genius.
Hi, I'm Corey Bowen, and I'm a game designer on Magic the Gathering, and I help design Nymris, Una's Trickster in Commander Legends. So Nymris is a blue-black flash/instant speeds commander. I really liked how blue-black feels like a trickster to me, and blue-black feels like a sabotaging thing, which to me caters towards the flash or instant speed archetype pretty well. So today we're going to be talking about my Nymris deck. My Nymris deck is focusing on instant speed and flash tricks, as you might imagine. And my Nymris deck is mostly focusing on instants and flash creatures that I think are really sweets that I don't feel like fit in any other deck. So here's some flash creatures I really like. We have some of the classic Notion Thief, Crafty Cutpurse, and Portal Mage, two underplayed flash creatures. We're also running stuff like Stunt Double, Mizzy Meddler, and Illusory Ambusher, which are a little more tame, but all fun cards. So then we also have some new flash creatures from Commander Legends, stuff like Opposition Agents to get rid of those pesky tutors, Hole Breacher, another Notion Thief-like card that can provide us with more mana so we can cast more instants. And then we also have Sakashima's Protege, a flash clone that cascades. I just think Cascade is super sweet. And then since we have all these flash creatures, we can actually go back to Ikoria's blue-black archetype and pull out Cunning Nightbonder and Slitherwisp, which work really well with all of the flash creatures we have in the deck. Then, we just go back one set again and we look at Theros Beyond Death, where we can pull out Naiad of the Hidden Coves, Stinging Lionfish, and a Wave Break Hippocamp. Stinging Lionfish looks pretty tame. It actually works quite well untapping our mana rocks or tapping down fearsome threats from our opponents. It's just everything we want in our instant speeds deck. And then I'm going to go way more back to another time where we kind of softly did this limited archetype back in Lorwyn Age. So I'm going to look at these very limited cards. Fairy Tauntings, Glen Elendra Pranksters, and Dream Spoiler Witches. I'm never played with these cards. I'm really interested to see how they do. I don't know. I'm excited to play these and try these out. And then we also have a bunch of instants in addition to our flash creatures and flash support. So here's just 3 cards to highlight kind of the direction I'm going. Thrilling Encore, Redirect, and Illusionist Gambit. We have some new instants from Commander Legends like Wrong Turn, love this one, Sabat's Will, and Forceful Denial. And then, hey, if we're running a lot of instants, let's look at what synergies exist for that. We actually have Lunar Mystic, Toshiro Umezawa, and Torrential Gearhulk, all cards that really help this specifically instance of the deck. Then if you want a little bit more stronger options for your removal, your counter spells, or your interaction, stuff that will really get a Nymris deck going, you also run the free spells from C20. In this case, it's Fierce Guardianship and Deadly Rollick. But yeah, that's kind of what's in my Nymris deck. My list should be somewhere. Let me know how your Nymris deck goes.
Thank you so much to Ethan, Jules, Ken, and Corey for their hard work on Commander Legends, plus for coming on the show today. I really appreciate it. For some of their full deck lists, check out the description below, and let us know what you think in the comments. We'll be watching. I'll talk with you again on Friday, and in the meantime, may you have a lot of fun building around one of your favorite new legends. You got this.
I love Cascade. Bloodbraid Elf is like one of my top 10 favorite cards ever. And I just wanted you to like care about all those land cards you Cascade past. Usually you're just like, oh, like what spell am I gonna get?
End the turn. End the turn. End the turn. End the turn. Before they can disappear, end the turn.